Hello there, welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Stephen, and I'm going to be talking today a little bit about the Switch Mini rumors that have been going around as of late. After we recorded our last video, these rumors started popping up like crazy, and I just wanted to say that Andrew called it. There we go. No, so Andrew in our last video was talking about his ideas of a successor to the 3DS, which I happen to have the exact same opinion, which was that we could put the 3DS on the shelf if Nintendo made a mini version of the Nintendo Switch where it only played handheld and it was a cheaper price point for parents, yada yada yada. So then these rumors started popping up and the internet kind of exploded, and now it's everywhere, and there's a lot of mixed opinions about it, but I just want to give the positives, because I am team positive for this, not because I want one, but because I think it's a good idea moving forward to replace the 3DS entirely and have the console handheld markets merge into one. Yeah, so in our last video, we were talking about how the Switch Mini could work, and there's all kinds of speculation now, more so than there was back when we were talking about it. But basically what we said was it would be a Switch console with undetachable Joy-Cons, so it would be attached to the system, it'd be, mini, and you probably wouldn't be able to dock it, and that is where Anthony comes in, because he didn't watch that video, so I had to explain to him what we were talking about, and he gave me some responses. And he said that if we just had the Switch be, handheld only, he says to do so would be to majorly compromise one of the Switch's most key functions. They're having a Teravangian moment again. It's so stupid. For those of you that don't know, Anthony and I are really big into Brandon Sanderson, so we quote him a lot. And there's a character in one of his books, no spoilers, named Teravangian, who is a king. And he is, on some days, he's a brilliant man, and he's really smart. And other days, he's just incredibly dumb. Yeah, he's weird. And, Nintendo's weird. So we kind of refer Nintendo to that king, Teravangian, because sometimes they do things that are really smart, and sometimes they do things that are really dumb. And I guess Anthony says here that this would be a really dumb idea. Then he says a Switch Pro is a much better idea. And I do not disagree with that. I think that should definitely happen. But I think if I had my opinion, if I had my way, I would definitely say the Switch Mini goes first, just because it would shelf the 3DS, basically, like I said before. I think that's a good thing. And I do want a Switch Pro. I just hope it comes out maybe next year or maybe a couple years down the line. It doesn't have to be now. I'd rather just get more games on my Switch and I'd be happy, man. However, along with that price point, just having the Joy-Cons attached to the actual system, I said they could maybe have a mini dock that you could dock your mini Switch into, but it wouldn't be as powerful. It probably wouldn't do 1080p. Maybe it'd do like 720, or if they get the 1080p to work somehow, then great. I definitely wouldn't be against it by any means, but if they did want to play TV mode, they'd have to buy a separate pair of Joy-Cons for that Switch. And when they sell it, I don't think they're going to sell a dock with it, because I don't know, it's just a Switch Mini. They're just going to have the Switch Mini itself and a charger cable for it, and I think that's all they would do. So you'd have to go get a mini dock, and you'd have to get another pair of Joy-Con if you wanted to play in TV mode, if they did end up going that route and try to make the Switch be more like its adult version. I don't know how I'm saying that wrong, but you know what I mean. The original Switch, if they wanted to do the hybrid, they would have to do something like that to make it more affordable. And Anthony disagrees with me entirely. He says, so in the end, if they want to get anything out of it, they'd end up having to spend more money. And yes, they would, unfortunately. Also, going to talk about, how the Switch could put the 3DS on the shelf, Anthony just says, So kill it. Just pull the plug. Don't sully the Switch so you can keep the 3DS on life support a little longer. All they have to do is not develop games for it. Easy. Happens to every console eventually. Don't know why the 3DS is any different. And I 100% agree, Anthony. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyways, Anthony's main concern was, let's keep the Switch as it should be, as a hybrid console with the dock and everything, detachable Joy-Cons, everything, mini version. And I just, I don't think that's going to happen. Sorry, Anthony. I do think the Switch Mini is just going to be the system with the Joy-Cons attached permanently with just the charger cable. I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. I still hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. And, let's just keep our fingers crossed that they are making a Switch Pro. I do think that's going to happen, or whatever we're going to call it, whatever it is. But I do think that's going to happen. Let's just wait another year for that. But please, let's all just be grateful that Nintendo's doing a Switch Mini just because it can put the 3DS on the shelf. Finally. Please. We can get all the ports, we can get more games, everything. We'll have so much to do because they'll have one console to work with. Hybrid thing. Yep. Anyway, you heard it here first. I think that's a great idea, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. If you like this video, please subscribe, and keep it nerdy.